Hello, my name is Justin Brown and I'm the founder and lead investigator of Interface Death, and in this video I'm going to give a tutorial and quick review of the RVPR Mark III Interface Death. This concept and setup was inspired by David Roundtree and made cheaper by Paul Browning. He pretty much put out a video showing people that they can do a RVPR setup with a cheaper price tag on it. And this is pretty much David Roundtree's and Paul Browning's setup using the Tascam DR40, the Rode Video Mic Go, and the MagCheck 95 scientifically calibrated EMF sensor. We're going to be talking about the components and we'll talk about setup. If you have any questions that I did not answer or go over on this video, feel free to email me at justinbrown@interfacedeath.net or comment on this video and I'll be glad to help you. So the first thing to understand about this setup is it can be designed to sit stationary, which is the most recommended way to record audio data for EVP research. You can hold it, and it does have shock mounts. If you notice that this Rode mic does have a shock mount, this Tascam DR40 is shock mounted. The MagCheck 95 doesn't need shock mounted. It won't produce a false positive unless you hit it against something, so try not to do that. But I have a mini tripod here. It's mounted to a rail for hot shoe adapters. I have the Rode Video Mic Go mounted on there in the MagCheck 95 using a microphone clip. The MagCheck 95 is adapted to an XLR cable that goes into the 4-channel PCM recorder that happens to be a Tascam DR40. It's BCN connector, and we're using a BCN female to BCN male to, I believe, female XLR adapter. I have all the links in the video description so you can build this on your own, obviously. And we got a 6-inch XLR cable coming out of the back of the XLR adapter into the right external input of the DR40. On the other side, we have the Rode Video Mic Go going into the back of the left external input of the Tascam DR40. We're just using a Rode 3.5 millimeter to XLR adapter so we can go into the back of the device. The main reason why we're doing this is we want to be able to do some type of EVP research that will allow us to isolate voice phenomena on one input. When you can do that, you can prove anomaly, which is a lot of what paranormal researchers define as EVP, something that should not be there. Generally, we believe that EVP is not an acoustic phenomena, but we don't know for sure. But this can test various things. The first thing it'll test is, will something come across the external microphone? Will it come across this EMF sensor by itself alone? Will it come across the internal stereo microphones of the DR40? If that does happen, it's physically impossible to catch something on one microphone and not the other in most cases. Now there are some very small cases where that can be possible, but we generally will not go over those because the chances of that happening are so small that you would have to do something specifically to set it up to make that happen. So any acoustic phenomena, which is, something we can hear with our voice, if it's within our frequency range of hearing, will come across this microphone and these external microphones. It will pick up disembodied voices. If that occurs, it will pick up our voice or anything acoustically happening in the environment. This microphone is specifically chosen because its susceptibility to EMF interference. We believe or hypothesize that EMF could be the origin or the cause of EVP. It's the mechanic that an entity or something that we do not understand uses to create the voice phenomena. So if that is true, then this microphone should pick up those things better. Dynamic microphones, most of the new ones have interference coils in them that cancels any interference out, much like noise canceling headphones cancel out noise from the outside. It's got another microphone in it that listens to things around you and cancels them out inside your headphones. So it's similar to that. So we can't use that. We want to use any microphone that's susceptible to EMF. The Tascam DR40 allows us to record this microphone and the MagCheck 95 independently on separate track on its own. And we can split it on the left or right stereo if needed. So we can cross-check anything coming across here or coming across here with the internal microphones. And again, we want to try to isolate something happening, only in one input. The MagCheck 95 is a scientifically calibrated sensor. It's designed to be most responsive to ELF, extremely low frequencies. It's anywhere between 25 hertz to 3000 hertz or 3 kilohertz. It can pick up anything from 20 to 20,000 hertz, but it's in a very low decibel range. So you would have to really amplify that to hear it. But it's designed to pick up electronics, in your wall, appliances in your home. It does struggle to pick up things high, like I said, like wireless devices, anything like that. It will struggle to hear that. So it's really nice to use when you're using in paranormal research because it has such a low range. We do believe or hypothesize that the EMF that may cause voice phenomena is on the lower range. So the Tascam DR40 is good for disembodied voices. It's, the condenser microphone design allows us to hear whispery high-end stuff, so it's good with disembodied voices as well. The MagCheck 95 is nice because it's calibrated. It's NIST calibrated, and the certificate of calibration is through ANSI. I think it's 644-1987. I believe that's the certificate. You can go to magneticsciences.com to purchase the MagCheck 95. Of course, the link will be in the description, but that'll give the product description and all the stats and specs of the sensor for you, and it will say the certification on the website. So this is our setup. Pretty much, you turn the recorder on. You want to make sure that it's in the 4-channel mode. So if you go here, once it boots up, you want to make sure you have phantom power selected on the side right here. So if you go on the side, make sure this is all the way back. You do not have to use a Tascam DR40. You can use a Zoom H4n. You can use any 4-channel or higher channel PCM recorder that records in a wave format. So we want to go to record mode. We're in 4-channel. Good. So we can go out of there. We hit standby. We can see that everything's coming through on 4-channel, and the MagCheck 95 is right here. So if EMF is the culprit behind voice phenomena, which is electronic in nature, what we want to see is a signature or some type of detection of EMF on the sensor when we get an isolated EVP. Now, if they come across all devices and we still pick it up, that will tell us valuable information as well. Sometimes the EMF field can be big. Okay, we think it's small, but it could be big. So it could pick up everything. But this thing is scientifically calibrated. It's the cheapest thing that we can find that's affordable to the typical paranormal researcher out there that's interested in this research. So we utilize this in the setup. We want to be able to detect EMF at the presence of something anomalous, either a voice or some type of sound that we cannot hear with our ears. Now, there is a lot of things out there that we don't understand about EVP. We don't know if it's ghosts talking to us. We don't know if it's aliens. We don't know what it is. But this is a device and a setup designed to help us isolate an anomalous voice. Okay, so this is what this device does. We typically have the inputs for the internal and external set to around 60, 65. So that's the way you can set yours. Like I said, you want to have the phantom power enabled so we can get power to this microphone. And we want to make sure that we wear headphones and listen in real time if we're sitting here, so we can know when something occurs when it happens. But we can set this and leave the area and record by itself and come back and review the data later. If you have any questions about this setup, let me know. Like I said, you can email me. You can contact our website at www.interfacedeath.net. You can contact us on social media or email. I will provide a item list so you can build this yourself. It's around $500, give or take, depending on the amount of the parts at the time. I hope that this helps you in your EVP research. And if you do have anything interesting captured on this device, let me know. I would love to hear what you got. Until next time, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.